Virgo, step back from whatever you are doing and lock the energetic doors around you. I am not coming to you tonight with a gentle breeze or a soft warning. I am coming with the force of a spiritual alarm bell that is ringing so loud in your auric field right now that your ancestors are leaning forward in their seats, watching to see if you will finally listen. There are two women, not one, two, and they are not simply gossiping. They are not merely jealous. They are actively, systematically, with a focus that would chill your blood if you saw the full picture, trying to destroy you. Not your happiness, not your peace, not just your reputation. You, the core of you, the foundation you have spent years rebuilding with your own two hands. And before I speak their names, not their birth names, Virgo, because those are irrelevant, but the energetic names that identify their true nature in the spirit realm before I expose the architecture of their attack, if your skin is already prickling, if your heart has kicked into a rhythm that feels like war drums, if you know in the marrow of your bones that this message is intercepting you at the exact moment you need it, then stop and anchor. Support this channel by liking this transmission, subscribing, and placing your energy in the comments below. These messages are shields as much as they are revelations, and your engagement fortifies the protective field around every Virgo soul who needs this warning. There is more coming through, and the veil is thin tonight. Now, listen to me as if your life depends on it, because on an energetic level, it does. There are two women moving against you. Two distinct feminine energies that have aligned in an unholy alliance, not because they love each other, but because they fear you more than they fear anything else on this earth. They have been watching you, studying you, documenting your movements, your growth, your relationships, your vulnerabilities, with a patience that speaks of deep malice. This is not casual envy. This is not the petty irritation of someone who dislikes your success. This is warfare, spiritual warfare, and Virgo, you have been feeling it. You have been feeling the drain. You have been feeling the strange heaviness that settles over you after certain interactions. You have been feeling the inexplicable anxiety that creeps in after you share something personal, a whisper in your gut that says, I should not have said that. You have been feeling the sudden drops in your energy, the nights where you wake up at 3:33 with your heart racing and no logical reason, the days where everything in your life is objectively fine, but you feel like you are drowning in invisible static. That static has a source. It has two sources, and I am going to name them. The first woman, I see her clearly in the energetic field. She is the one you trust, or rather, she is the one you have trusted. She is close to you. She knows your schedule. She knows your fears. She knows the names of your demons because you were vulnerable enough to whisper them to her in moments when you thought friendship was sacred. Her energetic name is the false mirror. In the world of flesh, she may be your friend, your colleague, your family member, someone who sits across from you at dinner and laughs at your jokes while her spirit is taking notes. The false mirror does not hate you openly. She cannot afford to. Her power depends on proximity. She has to be near you to feed. She has to reflect back a version of yourself that looks like support so that you will keep offering her the nectar of your confidences. But here is what makes her deadly, Virgo. She is not just listening. She is recording. She is collecting your vulnerabilities like currency. Every insecurity you admitted, every wound you exposed, every dream you shared that was still too fragile to be spoken in daylight. She stored them. She cataloged them. And now, at this exact moment in time, she is spending that currency. She is speaking your secrets to the second woman. She is laying the foundation of your destruction with the bricks you handed her, thinking you were building a bridge. The false mirror is envious of you in a way that has rotted her from the inside out. It is not a clean envy. It is a rancid, festering obsession. She wants what you have, but more than that, she wants you not to have it. She wants your light dimmed because every time she sees you shine, she is forced to confront the darkness of her own choices. She sees your discipline, and it reminds her of her laziness. She sees your integrity, and it reminds her of every corner she has cut. She sees your relationships deepening, and it reminds her that hers are built on performance and transaction. And so she has convinced herself that your destruction is her salvation. If she can just bring you down to her level, she will not have to climb. If she can just dirty your name, she will not have to clean up her own. If she can just break your spirit, she will not have to face the fact that she broke her own long ago. She is a parasite dressed as a companion, and her name in the spirit realm is the false mirror because everything she shows you is a reflection that has been deliberately distorted to keep you looking at yourself while she positions the knife. She has been working on you for months, Virgo, maybe longer. She has been planting seeds of doubt in your mind with subtle comments disguised as concern. Are you sure you are not working too hard? Are you sure that person is good for you? Are you sure you are not changing too much? Every question designed not to protect you, but to erode your confidence. She has been mirroring your energy back to you in ways that feel supportive, but are actually strategic. When you are up, she is up with you, but there is a delay, a split second where her smile does not reach her eyes. When you are down, she is suddenly available, not to lift you, but to document your fall. She has been feeding your energy to the second woman, and together they have been weaving a net of lies, of manipulated narratives, of half-truths seasoned with just enough reality to make them believable, and that net is ready to drop. It was supposed to drop already. They had a timeline. But something shifted, something they did not account for. You began to wake up, and Virgo, that awakening is why the second woman has had to get involved, because the false mirror was supposed to handle this quietly. She was supposed to drain you so slowly that you never noticed the life force leaving your body, but you started to pull away. You started to notice the lag in her responses. You started to feel the coldness behind her warmth. You started to guard your words, to hesitate before sharing, to feel that sacred instinct rising in your gut that said, something here is not clean. And when the false mirror reported back that you were slipping from her grasp, that your intuition was sharpening, that you were no longer handing her the keys to your kingdom, the second woman was activated. And she is far more dangerous, the second woman. Her energetic name is the burning tongue. She is the amplifier, the broadcaster, the one who takes the ammunition provided by the false mirror and turns it into wildfire. She does not need to know you personally. She does not need to love you or hate you. She needs only a platform and a grievance, and she has both. The burning tongue is the one who speaks your name in rooms you have never entered. She is the one who has crafted a narrative about you that is so convincing, so detailed, so emotionally compelling that people who have never met you are forming opinions about your character. She is a storyteller, but her stories are poison. She takes your strengths and twists them into arrogance. She takes your boundaries and reframes them as cruelty. She takes your silence and paints it as guilt. She takes your success and dyes it with the suggestion that you stole it, that you slept for it, that you scammed your way to it, that you do not deserve a single petal of the garden you have grown from your own blood and sweat. The burning tongue has a gift, a dark gift. She can make people feel sorry for her while she is destroying someone else. She plays the victim with a mastery that would earn her awards in a twisted theater. She speaks of you with a quiver in her voice, a tear in her eye, a trembling hand over her heart, and in that performance she recruits armies, armies of the well-meaning but naive, armies of the wounded who are looking for a target for their own unprocessed pain, armies of the bored who want something to talk about, something to feel righteous about, something to hate communally. And she feeds them your image. She feeds them the secrets that the false mirror smuggled out of your life. She feeds them lies so outrageous that you would laugh if you heard them, except that people are believing them. People are repeating them. People are looking at you differently because the burning tongue has been speaking, and she has been speaking with the confidence of someone who claims to have insider knowledge. She claims she knows the real you. She claims she has seen behind the curtain. She claims that your light is a performance and your kindness is a calculation. And the worst part, Virgo, the part that will make you want to scream into a pillow, is that some people are buying it. Some people are swallowing the poison because it is easier to believe that your light is fake than it is to face the fact that their own light has gone out. These two women are working in tandem. The false mirror gathers, the burning tongue scatters, the false mirror infiltrates, the burning tongue attacks. The false mirror watches you from the inside, waiting for a moment of weakness, a mistake, a human moment of frustration or anger that she can magnify and hand over. The burning tongue waits on the outside, ready to receive that moment, ready to blow it up into a scandal, ready to turn your worst day into your permanent reputation. They have a system, they have a rhythm. They have been doing this long enough that they believe they are unstoppable. They believe that no one sees the chain between them. They believe that you are walking blind into the trap they have set. And Virgo, if you had not found this message, if your spirit had not guided you to this exact transmission at this exact moment, they might have succeeded because their weapon is isolation. Their weapon is making you believe that you are alone in this, that no one sees what they are doing, that if you speak up, you will sound paranoid, crazy, defensive. Their weapon is the silence they expect you to keep while they scream your name into the void. But I am breaking that silence. I am shining a light on their operation, and I am telling you their names so that you can speak them back into the darkness where they belong. When you hear the name the false mirror, you will know who she is. You will feel her in your body. Your stomach will clench, your throat will tighten. That is your soul recognizing its enemy. When you hear the name the burning tongue, you will know who she is too. You will feel a heat behind your eyes, a rage that wants to rise, a protectiveness over your own name that you have been taught to suppress. That is your warrior spirit awakening. And both of these women, Virgo, both of these so-called destroyers, have made one catastrophic error. They underestimated what happens when a Virgo is warned. Because here is what they do not know. They do not know that your intuition is a weapon of mass illumination. They do not know that the moment you become aware of an attack, your entire energetic field shifts into a defensive geometry that is older than their petty schemes. They do not know that Virgos do not just survive exposure to poison. They transmute it. They do not know that every lie they tell about you is actually a seed that will grow into a tree of truth so large that its shade will cover everyone they tried to turn against you. They think they are destroying you. They are actually building your platform. They think they are dimming your light. They are actually teaching you how to burn so bright that falsehood cannot survive in your radius. They think they are isolating you. They are actually filtering your circle so that only the real remain. And that, Virgo, is the cosmic joke at their expense. They are not destroyers. They are unwitting architects of your next elevation. The false mirror has been in your space recently. I feel it. She has been close. Maybe she texted you. Maybe she showed up somewhere she knew you would be. Maybe she reached out with a sweetness that felt off, a nostalgia that felt forced, an apology that felt rehearsed. That was not reconciliation. That was reconnaissance. She was checking to see if you were still vulnerable. She was testing the locks on your doors. She was seeing if you had dropped your guard enough for her to slip back in and gather fresh ammunition. And if you responded to her, if you let her back into your energy, even for a moment, do not punish yourself. Do not spiral into shame. You are kind. You are loyal. You want to believe the best. That is not a flaw. It is a feature of your divine nature. But now that you know her name, now that you see her true face behind the reflection she projects, you can close that door with a finality that will rattle her bones. You can cut the cord. You can stop feeding her. And when you do, when you withdraw your energy from the false mirror, you starve the burning tongue of her supply. Without fresh intel, without new vulnerabilities, without the intimate details that make her lies convincing, the burning tongue becomes a noisemaker with an empty drum. She can still bang it, but the sound will be hollow. People will start to ask, where is your proof? Where are your receipts? Why does your story never change while Virgo keeps evolving? And when those questions come, Virgo, the burning tongue, will turn on the false mirror. She will accuse her of holding back, of being ineffective, of failing to deliver the goods. And the alliance will crack, it will crumble, it will eat itself alive in the dark while you stand in the light, untouched. You must protect yourself now, Virgo. Not with hatred, not with revenge, not with the low-frequency games they play, but with boundaries so sharp they could cut glass. You must become unavailable to the false mirror in every dimension. Block her if you must. Delete her if you must. But more importantly, stop speaking your precious truths into ears that have proven themselves to be sewers. Stop offering your magic to hands that have been caught trying to strangle you with it. Stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, because misunderstanding you serves their narrative. Your silence is now your sword. Your absence is now your shield. And your continued elevation is now your victory dance. Every step forward you take, every goal you reach, every boundary you enforce is a slap across both of their faces that requires no physical action on your part. It is karmic. It is automatic. It is divine. I want to tell you something about the burning tongue that will give you peace, Virgo. She is burning herself. That is the nature of her gift. Every lie she tells about you requires energy. Every story she spins requires maintenance. Every person she recruits requires performance. And she is running out of fuel. She is running out of believable details because the false mirror is no longer getting close enough to harvest them. She is having to invent more, to exaggerate further, to reach into realms of absurdity that even her most devoted followers are starting to question. She has accused you of things that contradict each other. She has painted you as both arrogant and insecure, both manipulative and naive, both cold and desperate. The inconsistencies are piling up. The cracks are showing. And the people who once listened to her with wide eyes are now narrowing them. They are looking at her, then looking at you, then looking back at her, and they are realizing that the math does not add up. You cannot be the monster she describes and the person they see thriving, grounded, kind, and increasingly protected. The dissonance is becoming too loud. Her tongue is burning because she has been speaking too much fire for too long, and the only thing left to consume is herself. And Virgo, here is the part that will shock you. The part that proves the universe is not blind. These two women are not just failing to destroy you, they are actually exposing themselves. The false mirror, in her desperation to keep her supply line open, is becoming sloppy. She is reaching out to mutual connections with requests that feel odd. She is asking questions that reveal her intentions. She is showing her jealousy in flashes that others are starting to catch. The mask is slipping, the mirror is cracking, and when it shatters completely, everyone will see what was behind it: a hollow woman, a hungry ghost, a parasite who has nothing of her own, because she has spent her entire life trying to steal from those who do. The burning tongue, in her desperation to keep the story alive, is becoming cruel even to her allies. She is turning on the people who supported her. She is demanding loyalty tests. She is burning bridges with the very people she recruited, and those people, wounded by her, are starting to talk. They are starting to whisper. They are starting to compare notes and realize that they were all told slightly different versions of the same lie. And in that comparison, the truth emerges. The truth that they were used. The truth that the war against Virgo was never righteous. The truth that they were pawns in a game played by two women so consumed by their own darkness that they tried to drag a light bearer into the pit with them. You do not need to fight them, Virgo. Not directly, not with words, not with counterattacks. The highest form of warfare for a being like you is to simply continue being who you are. Continue being honest in a world where they trade in lies. Continue being kind in a world where they trade in cruelty. Continue being successful in a world where they trade in sabotage. Continue being peaceful in a world where they trade in chaos. Your existence, your thriving, your unbothered glow is the only response that matters. It is the response that destroys their narrative without you ever having to speak a word in your own defense. Because a person who is truly guilty of what they accuse you of would crumble, would hide, would shrink, would be destroyed by the weight of the lies. But you rise, you expand, you become more visible, more powerful, more protected with every passing day. And that visibility, that power, that protection is the evidence that acquits you in the court of public opinion and in the court of cosmic justice. I am seeing your angels and guides around you right now, Virgo. I see them placing a cloak of invisibility over your most vulnerable part. I see them redirecting the arrows that these two women have fired, turning them back toward their own camps. I see them whispering into the ears of the people who have been deceived, planting seeds of doubt about the Burning Tongue's story, nudging them to look closer, to question more, to remember who you really are. You are not alone in this. You have never been alone. The spiritual realm has been watching this operation with a patience that mirrors your own, waiting for the perfect moment to intervene, and that moment is now. The moment you know their names, the moment you see their faces clearly, the moment you choose yourself over their illusions. The false mirror and the burning tongue are names you should write down, Virgo, not to curse them, not to plot against them, but to remember that not every smile is a friend, to remember that not every voice that speaks your name is doing so with love, to remember that your energy is sacred, your story is sacred, your vulnerabilities are sacred, and anyone who treats them as commodities to be traded in the marketplace of gossip has forfeited their right to stand near you. Write their names in your journal. Burn the page if you need to. Release the ashes to the wind with a prayer that they find the healing they clearly lack, because only a deeply wounded soul would dedicate this much energy to destroying another. And then wash your hands, and then lift your head, and then walk forward as if they no longer exist, because in your reality, they do not. They have been evicted from your kingdom. Their names are now just echoes in a chamber you have sealed shut. You will know the false mirror by the way your body reacts to her, the tightness in your chest when she texts, the subtle nausea when she compliments you, the feeling that you are being studied rather than seen. Trust that. Your body is a lie detector that has been calibrated by the divine. You will know the burning tongue by the way your name suddenly tastes different in certain rooms, the way people look at you with a hesitation that was not there before, the way rumors reach you that have been twisted into shapes you do not recognize. When you taste that poison in the air, you will know she has been speaking. And now that you know, you can neutralize it. You can speak your truth to the people who matter, not to everyone, not to the mob, but to the ones whose opinion you value, the ones who know your heart, the ones who have earned the right to hear your side. And when you speak, speak with the calm authority of someone who has nothing to hide. That calmness will be more convincing than any frantic defense could ever be. Virgo, these two women wanted your destruction to be public. They wanted your fall to be spectacular. They wanted to stand in the crowd and watch you burn, comforting each other with the lie that they were doing the world a favor by taking you down. But the universe does not favor destruction over creation. The universe does not side with lies over truth. The universe does not allow two dark stars to eclipse a sun that is destined to rise. And you, Virgo, are that sun. You were always that sun. And every attempt they have made to smother your light has only taught you how to burn hotter, how to shine further, how to illuminate spaces they thought they could keep in darkness. Their attack has backfired. Their alliance is fracturing. Their names are becoming synonymous with the very things they tried to pin on you. And you are becoming synonymous with resilience, with grace, with the kind of untouchable power that comes not from attacking, but from ascending. Stand firm, Virgo. Guard your gates. Know your enemies, but do not become them. Do not let their poison change the composition of your heart. Continue to love, but love from a distance. Continue to shine, but shine with protection. Continue to grow, but grow with discernment. The false mirror has no reflection of her own. That is why she needs yours. The burning tongue has no fire of her own. That is why she tries to burn yours. But your reflection belongs to you. Your fire belongs to you. And you are not required to share either with people who have proven they only want to use them as weapons against you. You are safe You are seen by forces greater than their malice. You are protected by a light that does not dim in the presence of shadows. And you are about to enter a season where the very people they turned against you will return with apologies, with clarity, with the realization that they were deceived. Some will come back, some will not. But either way, you will be standing on higher ground, looking down not with arrogance, but with the peaceful knowing that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Not because you are invincible, but because you are aligned. And alignment is the strongest armor there is. If this warning reached you at the exact moment you needed it, if you felt the names settle into your bones with the weight of recognition, then fortify this shield right now. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, leave a comment below naming the protection you are claiming over your life. Put it into words, put it into the world. Make your boundaries loud and your light louder. The false mirror and the burning tongue have no power where truth is spoken. And your truth, Virgo, is about to become the only story that matters. Stay guarded, stay glorious, and never forget that the best revenge against those who try to destroy you is a life so beautifully, powerfully, unmistakably yours that their lies dissolve in the brilliance of your truth.